other ways to get points out there on the floor.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Big men on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Flag is out there with Max Christie. And it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Hawks, Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Daniels in at the small forward. And it's Dallas to start out tonight, and I'm looking forward to this great. We're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. 2 of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher. And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that.
Well, that shows a lot of confidence right there. Johnson knowing how effective he can be off the catch.
Marshall finds Washington. Here's Flag. He's guarded by McCollum. And that one's good. Flag.
Working his way for a high percentage look. That's just smart basketball.
That's exactly what they wanted on that trip. Get something close to the basket, something easy.
Here's Alexander Walker, coming off a stellar performance against Milwaukee. Shot clock at 6. On the wing, Johnson. He takes it in. That one drops for him. Johnson's got 5 points so far.
Each year, Johnson seems to get more aggressive and more confident, particularly with his drives.
Washington sets the pick for Christie. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Atlanta. Johnson inside. He's covered by Washington. And the basket by Johnson. 7 points in the game.
I really like when Johnson is finding his own offense like this, particularly when he's that close to the basket.
Pass to Washington. Flag with it. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Nailed from three-point land.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
A shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Pass to Washington. Marshall deciding where to go with it. Here's Flag. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
Gotta knock down that shot. When you don't, you're letting the defense off the hook.
Okongwu, the pass to Alexander Walker. The 3 from Johnson. Rebounded by Gafford. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Tim, you think about rim-running centers. Daniel Gafford typifies that type of player.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a great finisher. He knows when to dive at the rim. And what you like with Gafford is that he's willing to meet you there defensively as well.
The Mavericks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Gafford throws it down.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standards, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
Hawks passing it around. And a wide open look for McCollum. They can't stop the run with that one. Dallas leading by 4. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Now Gafford. This game he had 10 points. Pass to Washington. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Christie. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Daniels with it. He's covered by Washington. Okongwu a screen. Now Alexander Walker. The 3 from Johnson. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Washington. Can't get it to fall. The Hawks trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Alexander Walker. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
They found some room there along the baseline. Space at the rim, goes right up and puts it in without resistance.
Pass to Christie. To the middle. Here's Washington. And then Washington with the dunk.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Defended by Christie. And the basket by McCollum.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Pass to Marshall. To the paint. Releases. And Flag with the basket on the assist from Marshall. Marshall's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Alexander Walker. Okongwu finds Alexander Walker. Johnson right side. A three-pointer, no good. Mavericks leading by 4. Pass to Flag. For the screen on McCollum. Here's Flag. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
So at this stage of the season, Tim, some teams I feel are already starting to look ahead to the playoffs. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think you're going to glimpse at what that looks like because your adrenaline is going to take you there. But I think the focus should be on the here and now, continuing to get better on a daily basis.
If you're not looking at what's in front of you, you're going to lose what's perhaps ahead of you.
Boy, that is so true.
Mavericks leading by 7. Pass to Flag. Now here's Gafford. Back to Christie. Here's Flag. He's guarded by McCollum. And it's Flag missing.
And players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
Okongwu with a screen on Christie. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Daniel Gafford. Okongwu is now starting, Tim, and coming off the bench his first handful of seasons, I think got him ready for this role he's in right now.
He has been a good defender from day one, but his offensive game now starting to show some growth. He's stretching his shooting range, and he is showing you some growth as a playmaker as well.
And that one falls for Okongwu. Atlanta making some changes. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Kispert subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Here's Dallas. They're on a 14-5 run here. Here's Flag. Dallas, no good that time either. The Hawks trail by 6. Kispert dishes to Okongwu. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to Flag. And Flag throws it down.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Johnson kicks to Daniels. Pass to Kuminga. Johnson outside. Down low. Here's Okongwu. Got it. Good job in the low post. Okongwu's now got 5 points so far. And here's Marshall will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 4-point game. To the left side wing. Here's Flag. Makes it off the glass. He's got 16.
I love the shot selection from him right now. He's not settling, and that's why he's shooting at a very high rate.
Outside Daniel. And he jams it with authority.
Well, Daniels is a big wing, and he is aggressive around the rim.
Mavericks leading by 4. Christie kicks to Gafford. Here's Flag. 16 points for him. Pass to Christie. Here's Flag. Defended by Kispert.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Daniels. Last time out he had 14 points. Kispert, the pass to Johnson. Kuminga kicks to Daniels. And here is Kispert. Kuminga with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte.
And if you had to point to one problem in that game, it was their rebounding. Flat out terrible.
Yeah, you know, it simply comes down to effort. They were out-willed, and that just can't happen.
Now, here's Kispert. He has yet to score.
Yeah, Kuminga's confidence is growing down there. Now when he gets the ball inside, he's actually looking to capitalize.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. Atlanta making some changes. Jock Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Reza Shea is coming in for Johnson. And McCollum subbed in for Daniels. Here's Nembhard. 1:49 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Williams. Middleton against Kuminga. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Nembhard. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
McCollum outside. 1:10 left in the first quarter of the game. Drains it from beyond the arc. McCollum's got 5 now.
Yeah, McCollum is a real danger at the arc. He's an efficient long-range bomber.
Pass to Middleton. Thompson outside for 3. Hits it down to Middleton from past the arc. Landale grabs the miss.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going through. And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Nembhard. Following the basket by Jonathan Kuminga. Thompson for 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And Thompson thrives in those catch-and-shoot situations.
McCollum outside. Fires the 3. That shot no good. And so it's Cooper Flag making things happen for the Dallas Mavericks. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We come back right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And that's where their advantage is. Throw the ball inside, make it difficult for the defense to make some decisions.
On the court for the Mavericks, Chris Middleton is out there with Thompson. Then it's Williams. Then it's Bagley. And it's Nembhard in at the point. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Now, Reza Shea, after the missed three from Klay Thompson. Pass to Landale. Now McCollum. For three, Kispert. That shot, no good. And so it's Bagley with it. He brings it up for Dallas. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the third of 7 straight on the road. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey guys, the Dallas Mavericks are all in on defense. Coach Jason Kidd said, quote, "That's something you can hang your hat on, especially when your offense isn't going. Defense will give you a chance to win those ugly games. That gives you the opportunity to play for that bigger trophy." Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, gotta have it. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Here's Nembhard. Outside, Bagley. Middleton on the wing. Shoots over Reza Shea. Middleton can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 4. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Kuminga dishes to McCollum. To the inside. Here's Landale. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Washington's checked in for Chris Middleton. Clyde comes in for Klay Thompson. Christie subbed in for Williams. Free throw good. Landale. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, you know, one that doesn't get talked about enough, length. You know, players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt. And that wing position feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player. Their third three-pointer in a row.
Cullen passes to Landale. Now Reza Shea. Chalk up 2 there. Reza Shea's got his first basket of the night.
Well, Reza Shea has decent size, and he uses it well at time to put points on the board.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Washington controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Jalen Johnson's checked in for Kispert. Let's see some of the numbers here for Jalen Johnson.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under it.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. They set the screen. Here's McCollum. Johnson, a wide open look. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And that one's good. Flag. Flag's got 20 points.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
McCollum, no good. Mavericks leading by 3. Washington passes to Nembhard. Back to Washington. And he hammers that one right down into the face of Jalen Johnson.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Johnson. The Mavericks making the shot. Here's the screen. Here's Ricochet. Great D that time from Bagley.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
Pass to Flag. Now Nembhard misses the 3. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Lets it go from deep, and he's good on the 3 ball. McCollum's got 11 points.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Christie with it. Still yet to score. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, 3-point land. Rebound, Atlanta. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Well, you've got 2 teams, one from each conference, trying to reach that upper echelon. Should be an interesting matchup.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Defensive foul. Ryan Nembhard. Second team foul.
You know, Jim, throughout his career, C.J. McCollum has been the model of consistency.
Well, you can count on him to get you 20 with efficient shooting, Kevin. We've seen it now for over a decade. And I love his calm, steady demeanor. It stabilizes his team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Daniels comes in for Kuminga. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Ricochet.
The one thing you love about C.J. McCollum, it's that high basketball IQ. He is just so clever on the floor.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Daniels. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Nembhard against McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Back to Daniels. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
Washington sets the pick for Nembhard. Driving to the basket. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Okongwu. Here's Alexander Walker. Defended by Christie. It's good. Alexander Walker's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Nembhard, a screen on Daniels. Inside, here's Washington. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Alexander Walker on the wing. Defended by Christie. McCollum outside. Oh, good with the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Out to the wing. Now Christie. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. Here's Flag. He's covered by Daniels. Fades back. And it's Flag missing. The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Alexander Walker. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Johnson, good.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Flag with it. He's covered by Daniels. Washington sets the pick for Flag. Driving inside. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Man, the crowd noise can make it hard to execute your offense on the road, but they did a great job playing their game.
Zachary Rizachet is checked in for the Hawks. The Mavericks also with a sub. Marshall's checked in. And here's Daniels. Johnson outside. Alexander Walker on the wing. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. Here's Christie. Pass to Gafford. Flag with it. He's got 22. And Flag throws it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Johnson outside. Now, Alexander Walker. He has 6. Back to Johnson. Clock at 6. Okongwu with a screen on Washington. Here's Johnson. Lays it up off the glass. Johnson's got 7 points for the quarter.
Now, when Johnson puts it all together like this, he is special. Right now, he is absolutely torching those guys.
Here's Flag. 24 points for him. Rizachet with it. Defended by Gafford. Pass to Johnson. Here's Okongwu. Alexander Walker with the ball. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Now Flag. Washington sets the pick for Christie. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That is his first foul of the game. The Hawks making a switch here. Vincent's checked in. There's 1:59 left now here in the second. Here's Flag, defended by Vincent, and he gets it to go.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's got 6. Okongwu finds Vincent. Here's the drive. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive stop.
Yeah, he took that up with great confidence. Tremendous finish.
Pass to Flag. Now, here's Marshall. And here is Washington. Here's Flag. Jacks up a 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds in this game. 56 seconds left to play in the first half. Johnson, the pass to Daniels. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Okongwu's shot is good.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Here's Flag. 26 points for him. Here's Marshall. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
76% on the season from the foul line.
That's good for Marshall. 34 seconds left in the first half. Vincent on the wing. Johnson in the corner. And the three off target. Mavericks leading by 3. Marshall finds Washington. Now flag. Back to Washington. Flag with it. Here's the teardrop. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Marshall's got 4 assists now tonight. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle under Mavericks lead by 5. And let's hear from Allie LaForce, who joins us from the sidelines. Allie?
I'm here with PJ Washington. PJ, what will be the key for you guys defensively in the second half?
Not letting them get easy routes to the basket and contesting their shots, rebounding, not letting them get second chance points.
Comes back to the fundamentals, guys.
Hey, Allie, thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
Get ready for the fan half-court shot. They're measuring up the shot. Let's hear it from the participants.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
When I look at the Mavericks, the end is near. Couldn't put things together in time. They've had a couple of good games, but they couldn't sustain the momentum. They're in rebuild territory, which ain't always pretty.
And talking about our game now, a very solid first half for the Mavericks.
The effort from them in terms of rebounding has been terrific. That really helps in a tight game.
When you clean the glass, you can see through the finish line.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Cooper Flagg in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks, trailing by 5. Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum, and it's Daniels in at the 3 slot. So that's the Hawks 5. Now here's McCollum, just 5 to shoot. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Well, he's been doing this for over a decade in this league. He is a bucket getter, and he's having another monster night.
Pass to Marshall. Now, here's Washington. For the screen on Johnson. And here's Washington outside. No good, but he's still shooting 75%. 6 of 8 from the floor. McCollum from deep three-point land. Can't connect from long distance. Mavericks leading by 3. Now Gafford is guarded by Johnson. Gafford inside. Johnson on him. And Gafford throws it down.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. On the wing, Daniels, defended by Christie. Pass to McCollum. Okongwu a screen. Back to Alexander Walker. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Again, McCollum missing.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Bounce pass, Washington. Christie the pass to Gafford. Back to Christie. Here's Flag. Sinks the triple. And now an 8-point Maverick lead.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks a lot. Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talks about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those." Back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. And so here is Dallas following the bucket by the Hawks. Outside Daniels. Pass to McCollum. Back to Daniels. Hawks passing it around. Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Christie. Oh, and it's sent back by Washington.
And then they continue to control the glass.
And here is Marshall. Here's Gafford. Over in the corner, Christie. Now Marshall. From downtown. And it's Flag missing. The Hawks trail by 6. Alexander Walker passes to McCollum. Back to Alexander Walker. Johnson with a screen on Christie. Here's Alexander Walker. Knocks down the 3-ball. Alexander Walker's got 5 points now in the quarter. Mavericks leading by 3. Pass to Washington. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Hardwood is your friend. He used it to his advantage there.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. When you think about elite offensive players, Tim, what's one area that can really put them over the top and into a completely different category?
I think it's those guys that have a willingness to move without the basketball. If you have a willingness to run and cut and re-space, it's going to create a lot of problems for a defense.
Has that even become more of a thing now as you watch these high-octane space and pace type offenses?
There is no question. It's become something that's a priority for teams now. And I also think the ingenuity of these young coaches creates a better flow offensively if you're willing to run without the basketball.
Ah, that's terrific. Here's Alexander Walker. 11 points in the game. And stolen by Flag. To the paint. It's tipped and taken away by Johnson. Okongwu kicks to McCollum. Down low. Now Alexander Walker. Now here's Washington. He's got 14, and he comes up with the deuce. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. 7-point differential. Takes a 3. The Hawks again can't hit.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
To the inside. Washington, that's good. Washington's got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Johnson left side. Bounce pass from Alexander Walker. Daniels finds Johnson. There's the 3. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Flagg. He's got 31. Washington with the screen on Daniels. Christie can't make it.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Here's Alexander Walker. 9-point game. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Christie with it. Scoreless thus far. Gafford with the ball. And Daniels picks him up defensively. And it's Washington missing. Hawks have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. And Tim, breaking down Jalen Johnson's game, what jumps out to you?
Well, Kevin, I think it's his versatility. He can really do everything out there. And when you combine it with his size and athleticism, he's got star written all over him.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
And then it's time to go. Ball.
Mavericks making a switch here. Nembhard's checked in. Well, this set of players deserves credit for some of the most creative playmaking we've seen in the second half of the season. The top passers among small forwards since the All-Star break. Second is Dyson Daniels.
And these are some of the best teammates you're ever going to want. Very unselfish players at a position where you don't see a lot of offensive facilitating.
Well, traditionally, a small forward's role was defined differently, but these guys are focused on ball movement and creating quality looks.
Alexander Walker passes to Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. To stop the run. Goes back up. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Mavericks?
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
And I've also been very impressed with their ball movement. It has led to better shots. The offense overall has had a great rhythm.
So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-'90s. We were still flying commercial till that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys, like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs, all of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now, if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there reclining fully right next to you.
And here is Washington following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. Outside Daniels. Pass to McCollum. The Hawks working the ball around. Outside Daniels. Johnson sets the screen for Daniels. Nembhard grabs the board. Mavericks leading by 8. Gafford passes to Nembhard. Now, here's Washington. And the Mavericks another 3.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
Pass to Kuminga. Outside Daniels. Johnson with a screen on Christie. To the middle. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Johnson. and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint. Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Jock Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Corey Kispert comes in for Dyson Daniels. And Vincent subbed in for C.J. McCollum. The Mavericks also with a sub. Bagley, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And how about the strength on display there? Even when you whack Bagley, he's outstanding at fighting through it.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Zachary Rizachet is checked in for Johnson. And then for Dallas, Chris Middleton's checked in for Washington. And it's Klay Thompson in for Max Christie.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
Here's Vincent. Out left to the wing. Here's Rizachet. Here's Kuminga. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Kuminga's got 6.
Yeah, he just needs more shots. He has to get more involved.
Nembhard, the pass to Bagley. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Mavericks have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Bagley. Now Vincent. Over to the wing. Kuminga against Middleton. Back to Vincent. This one for 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Bagley's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
2 minutes remaining.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. We got a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Mavericks. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. Flag is checked in for the Mavericks.
Cooper, flag.
The Hawks trail by 15. There's 1:54 left here in the third quarter. Here's Vincent, down low. Here's Landale. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Vincent, the pass to Kispert. Here's Landale, defended by Bagley. Pass to Vincent. Fires the 3. That one doesn't go.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Middleton can't get it to go. This Hawks squad is struggling. And here is Kuminga, defended by Middleton. Kuminga, no good. Dallas shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Unloads from 9, and Dallas again with the bucket.
And at this stage, this is where Bagley feels most comfortable. Knows he has the size and touch to score inside.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Landale. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Landale's got 4 points this quarter.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
And here's Thompson. The three. Offensive rebound. Bagley. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Mavericks ahead, up by 15. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
And he runs their offense for a reason. He's got excellent vision. Wow, what a gift for his teammates.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Dallas, sliding in at the wing positions will be Thompson and Flagg. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Nembhard in at the point guard. Pass to McCollum. There's a screen. From outside, off the mark.
Oh, he is off from deep. Maybe it's time to look for another option.
And Nembhard has it in the corner. Now here's Middleton, defended by Kispert. Fades. Shot's good by Middleton. Middleton's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Dallas. The Hawks trail by 17. Now here's Kispert. It's McCollum on the wing. Out to the right wing. Rizache finds Kuminga. That three off the mark.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks.
Well, you can't let that happen. That seems like a mental mistake.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Kispert with it. Outside, Kuminga. Pass to McCollum. Up and in on the layup. McCollum's got 20.
Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Off target from outside.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Kuminga. Thompson with the rebound.
Defense did just enough to force that miss. I really expected him to get two there.
Now Middleton. Inside to the right side. There's the pick. Here's Flagg. Dallas again missing. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. McCollum finds Landale. Outside, Kuminga. No good from outside.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Middleton the pass to Nembhard. Back to Middleton. Count it, good.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
McCollum outside. Drills the three-pointer. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
And that's his second three of the half and his fifth overall, really lighting it up.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Johnson's checked in for Atlanta. The Mavericks also with a sub. Gafford's checked in. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over the break. And they told the team, let's keep doing what we're doing. We're up. Do not forget that. They told their team to just relax, to have fun, and to finish this one out. We'll see if they do, guys.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Middleton outside. Emhart, a screen on Johnson. To the paint. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Whenever he gets that close to the hoop, he finishes with authority.
At the line for the Mavericks, Daniel Gafford, shooting one.
One shot.
And that one misses. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
Oh, successful trip there. Middleton running that pick and roll. He can also work as the screener when need be.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. Here's McCollum. Pass to Landale. And the upcoming schedule for the Mavericks. On Thursday, they'll be matching up with Paolo Banchero and the Orlando Magic. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics.
You know, it might sound cliche, but a road trip like this one is a great time for this team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry absolutely matters in the NBA, and these are the kinds of opportunities teams need to build.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Hawks making a change here. Daniels is checked in. And Landale drops both of them. Here's Flag. Pass to Christie. Flag sends a screen for Christie. Now Washington. Gafford kicks to Washington. 6 to shoot. Here's Flag. Off target with his 3. The Hawks trail by 16. Daniels passes to Landale. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Team second. At the line for your Hawks, John Landale. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Okongwu's checked in for Kuminga. And Landale drops both of them. And so here is Dallas. They led by as many as 18 points. Pass to Washington. For 3. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Daniels has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now Okongwu. Here's Landale. Defended by Christie. And a wide open look for Daniels. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Dallas leading by 14. Here's Gafford. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game has gone, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Here's Landale. Okongwu kicks to Johnson. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. Launches it. The offensive rebound. Landale. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Daniel Gafford.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And that one misses. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Atlanta. And he's good on the second.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Now, here's Marshall. Dallas moving the ball around. From deep Washington. Rebound by the Hawks. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And the basket is good.
Yeah, even with all that contact, Johnson makes scoring look effortless.
Atlanta making a switch here. Okongwu's checked in.
At the line for Atlanta, Jalen Johnson, shooting 1.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson is just a do-it-all kind of guy. He can hit the 3, he can create offense for his teammates, and then he gives you great effort defensively.
Here's Flag. Pass to Gafford. To the left wing. Here's Flag. He is guarded by McCollum. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
At the line for the Mavericks, Flag. At the line for 1.
One shot.
Free throw good. Flag. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Down by 15. Floats one. Mavericks with the rebound. Gafford's. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th and even 50%. Pass to Washington. Now Flag. Gafford is screen on McCollum. To the inside. And Gafford throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's McCollum. Bounces high off the rim and drops. McCollum's got 12 points in just the second half. Here's Gafford. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Johnson, the pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Over Washington. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got 19 points.
He's done a great job filling up the box score, but so far it just hasn't been enough. He needs help.
Pass to Flag. Now Christie. Back to Marshall. In the corner, it's Flag. Goes up on the wing, and the Mavericks get another bucket right there.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Alexander Walker. Left side, Daniel. And the three off target.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Now Washington, covered by Johnson. Now Flag. Oh, good with the triple.
It's just not his night from the three. But this is exactly why you can't live and die by that shot.
Now McCollum for three. Christie there for the rebound. And here is Marshall.
I got him.
Flag with it. And the layup's good off the glass. Flag's got 38 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Well, the volume has been there, but so has the efficiency, which is why they're in control of this game.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team.
Start getting loud and give a big welcome to your Hawks Hype Squad.
And now we'll take a moment for our presentation of our player of the game, Cooper Flag.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where anybody had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. Here's Okongwu. Pass to Alexander Walker. Okongwu with a screen on Christie. 5 to shoot. On the wing, Daniels. Marshall defending. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Dallas leading by 19 points. Here's Christie. And here's Marshall. Here's Flag, covered by Okongwu. Dallas moving it around. Washington sets the pick for Flag. Off target from three-point range. Hawks shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. The shot by Okongwu, no good. The Mavericks shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Pass to Flag. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket I'm fine with that.
Here's McCollum after the Mavericks pick up 3. And he can't stop the run as he misses. And here's Marshall to bring it up for Dallas. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Mavericks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Cooper Flag.
Yeah, and watching that last game, you could see the comfort zone he got into, just filling it up from all of the spots he loves.
Shots good by Gafford.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
It is never easy to win on the road, but they rose to the challenge.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg